I just want to express amazing gratitude. I am held. This gathering allowed me to show up raw. I'm even scared to look at the tape when I expressed my pain. It was very complex. I couldn't put it into words. Like I said, English is my 11th language.
Wow.
Yesterday, I got to celebrate my 26th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
At a cemetery. You have to know the cemetery to appreciate it. It's actually a historic, beautiful place in Atlanta with the founders of this city. And what my daughters came up with the idea, it was really kind of spooky, but serene. And she played a few pieces with her acoustic guitar. She was celebrating her 24th birthday because she gate crashed on our second wedding anniversary. That's my daughter, who's a filmmaker who produced Godspeed, about mother and daughter. I just want to say that's not about me. It was inspired by Moonlight.
Godspeed is
yeah,
the name of it?
Yeah, I'll put it in the link.
That'd be great.
And also the love of my life that I'm crazy about. I will still cross the ocean from Africa to America for him. But keep in mind, that was not like the Coming to America movie. It was a different movie. To save you time, George Floyd, Say Your Name, allowed me to say my father's name for the first time, who was brutally, slowly, over a decade, killed at Robben Island by digging limestone. That's why the cemetery was perfect.
Mm.
My brother, brutally slaughtered by police brutality in South Africa. So, Say Your Name is a global pandemic. It's not American. He was in South Africa in a very small town. And he was hated for his brilliance and speaking his mind. Because 40 years ago, you do not talk back to police. And he was constricted until he couldn't breathe anymore. And the police had the guards to come to my house to inform my mom, who obviously was paralyzed, and I had to go identify him. I was only 20. My daughter, who's the youngest one, I was her age. I mean, who's equal to such a task? So that's not all. My sister, after a 12-hour shift in a trauma unit in a white hospital, and she was Black, obviously, slaughtered by the ambulatory driver after she got into a car accident, thrown 5 feet up, uprooted the telephone pole to land and punch her lungs, begged for oxygen and blood. And they told her, this is our unit. Your unit is at the hospital and we know you. They were white. Somehow, as the universe and God will have it, somebody jumped into the ambulance with her, rode past the hospital, which was 15 minutes away from where the accident happened, went to the township. So I'll explain that later in a book. 3 hours after we've been waiting at the hospital, she arrived. 5 minutes later, she was gone. So 3 family members. I just didn't know how I was gonna deal with that. But this gathering allowed me to have an experience of the Suka and the Dukkha. the height of joy and the dance in deep darkness for gold and diamond to come out. And I feel enriched. I'm elated. I'm in a state of equanimity. So I want to thank you. That's all.
That's that's enough. Laura, may I respond to you?
Yes.
It feels like such an honor and privilege to just receive the history of your experience on this planet and in South Africa, and the unimaginable levels of suffering and loss and cruelty and unnecessary inhumanity. Compounded, or actually not compounded, but juxtaposed with the fact that you're here and your smiling face, and yet you've been practicing with us and expressing this kind of gratitude. And even, if you'll pardon my putting it this way, knowing the difference between dukkha and sukha, a word that I have not used, I just want to acknowledge how you're sharing these levels of unimaginable loss and grief are in some sense a profoundly meaningful gift to those of us who you've allowed to hear something that is so intimate and so horrible, and that you have been carrying. And so thank you for letting us, even to a tiniest little degree, also carry it a bit, and if that in some sense just makes the burden even that infinitesimally lighter for you, that is in some sense really your gift to us, much more than it is our gift to you. But it's
that's profound. But let me show you my inspiration and I'll bow out. Can you see these guys?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is that Nelson Mandela?
Yeah, that's Nelson Mandela, and that's Desmond Tutu and Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, those are your
and that's my grandmother who taught me everything I know.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless.
Oh, listen, deep bow and just tons of love.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Donna Estes, for introducing me. Donna got me here. Thank you, Donna.
Okay. And how long have you been with us? Just so I know.
I think halfway through, probably.
Yeah, this is, of course, beyond time and space, so it's immeasurable. But it
was just what I needed, because I have fired a lot of counselors. Trust me.
Yeah, well, we're not counselors.
Yeah, I don't like telling stories when I'm 3-year-old because no one can handle it. So
yeah.
But you guys continue the work, and my intention is to use my pain and my joy through dance, music, film, and books, and my company to tell the story from an African eye and heart.
You know what? We would be so blessed by having by having that available for us to experience.
It's coming. Just stay tuned. It's
Take
coming.
your time. The creative impulse cannot be hurried. But
Absolutely.
when it is done, it will
Yes.
be a real gift, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I never met my father because he was in Robben Island.
Yeah. I did go to Robben Island at some point, and I also crossed paths with Desmond Tutu.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
yeah.
Did you go to eat at the restaurant next to his house?
Wow. Well, if I get your email, which you can send to Soren, I'll send you a photo of myself and Desmond Tutu.
Please do that. I'll include it in the book.
Oh,
yeah.
no, don't do that. But
well, if I have your permission, because
yeah, okay, but I'll just send it to you because I wasn't in your country for very long, but I was so blown away by what I experienced there.
There's magic. I think God lives in South Africa. Yeah. Thank you. Let me not take other people's time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Be
Okay,
well.
yeah, thank you.